Hello everybody and welcome back to One Hub Racing. We are here for another Friday evening, this time in Brazil with 2 rounds to go of this season, and we've got a little something special planned. This, as we said, is round 20, but after the devastating news of Charlie Whiting passing away this week, all our drivers are going to be doing a lap of honor in his memory. So you'll see them all leave the pit lane and complete a lap around the track just to show their respects at what was a sudden and devastating loss. And yeah, it's one of those things that we've done One Hub Racing before. For F1, you know, it's a close community, and yeah, it's just about paying our respects. Alongside me in the commentary box is Sean and Odems. Guys, welcome here tonight. Bit of a somber mood with, you know, the devastating news, but just give us your thoughts on Charlie Whiting and what he did for the community.
Well, if I want to start, yeah, Charlie, you know, he was like one of those guys you simply couldn't hate in what he did, you know, like a great personality, you know, had like a very good detailed eye, you know, on the sporting regulations, driver safety, the technical front, and, you know, just liked by everyone, and just wanted to do every single bit, you know, to do, you know, just to improve the safety of the drivers, you know, and also from the cars and everything, you know. And with that sudden death what he had, just only at age 66, it's so young, and yeah, it's also one of the devastating days in motorsport that occurred.
And yourself, Odems?
Yeah, I agree with Sean. He was a very likable person, especially when you see the interaction he had with that fake Charlie Whiting account on Twitter. The person actually ended up meeting Charlie, and they talked about how Charlie actually liked that account. They talked about that account as well. So he was a great person, and he will be sorely missed, that's for sure.
So all the drivers will now retire from the session. This is an additional practice session we added just to do this lap of honour, so it won't interfere with our normal format of short qualifying and 50% race, and the computers will disappear as well after this session. So all drivers retiring after doing their lap of honour. Thank you very much to them all for taking part in that, and then we're going to get underway with the short qualifying and the race here in Brazil. Championship still up for grabs in the constructors, Red Bull versus Ferrari. We'll talk about the mathematics on that in just a moment, but yeah, Odems, welcome back to the commentary box for us in the Podium tier. What have you been up to, and talk to us about this fantastic circuit in Brazil.
Yeah, it's good to be back. In terms of what I've been up to, I've been slowly chasing down 3rd place in the Prestige tier, which I got and then immediately lost the race afterwards. Yeah, Brazil is a very good track. It's historic in One Hub and in real life. I think it's a track all drivers, even if they don't like it, they at least appreciate what it brings to F1. Yeah, it's good to be back.
Awesome stuff. So just ignore the results on the screen. We will wait for the session to end, and then we'll get underway, as you mentioned, with normal qualifying and the race. And Sean, 11 points is what Ferrari need to outscore Red Bull by, in order for them to keep the championship alive. But both Red Bulls here tonight, both Ferraris here tonight. Do you think we'll finally see that Constructors' Championship be decided?
Sorry for my beer. Yeah, I hope it's 11 points, which it's pretty realistic. So Ferrari still has a chance, you know, to claim a constructors title, but they really need to, you know, get it sorted, you know, because last race, you know, we saw, you know, they were not on form, and well, CXY was on form, but Jonas had like the incident already in the first lap, which already hampered them a lot. So if they keep it all together and being in the top 5, you know, still, and Red Bull don't, you know, they have a huge chance to maybe even gain it back the constructors title. So I'm really looking forward how this gonna play out.
Odems, it was the championship that we all thought would be decided first, but it turns out it's actually the only one left to be decided with 2 races to go, including this one. Yeah, those Red Bulls haven't been able to keep up the domination that they had in the first 7 rounds of this season.
Yeah, it's crazy. There was a time where I think we were 7 rounds in and only Red Bull had won. That's insane. And then as the CXY joined, Jonas sort of showed up, had amazing little results. And those two have really pasted up the standings. I want to say I'm biased, but for the sake of the show that we want to put on, I'd love Ferraris having nice results here, and Red Bull to have a very poor result, so we can take it to Abu Dhabi and have it close.
Just hearing that the race is going to be wet. It's already cloudy here above us in qualifying, but we're hearing the race could be wet. So we'll keep an eye on that. Rex, just on board with him. He hasn't had the best season. Last time out he was the Constructors' Championship with Reflow, but he hasn't had the best season. Do you think he can finish these last 2 races on a high? Oh, as he makes a mistake, almost cursed him there. He'll have to back off and save those tyres and Urs for another lap.
One thing about Rex is that he's very crash happy. He even actually had a crash.
Had a driver retire as well.
Yeah, happily.
Is it? I think he's one of the new drivers. I think.
Yeah, he is.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Pebbleu is a new driver. He joined for last week, but wasn't able to attend. We also have another new driver at the top there. You'll see.
11,
in the Williams. So Bettino. And Odems, this is a track which is we'll see drivers. The gaps should be smaller considering the length of the track, and it looks like a McLaren getting in the way of the Williams there as well as they come up the hill. Is that? Yeah, that's Rex, I believe.
Yeah,
so
that is not
ideal at all, is he?
I think he can still improve his time though. I mean, it's gonna be first. There we go. 1.8 flat. And
he goes off
in celebration. And Dame's already told everyone 1.73, so I think we are going to be tumbling in the 1:06. What is he doing?
Of course, Dane Stark, the champion for this season, he's already wrapped it up, but he'll want to do the double for that Red Bull team, and Gaza likewise, not had the most consistent second half of the season, but early on he was a force to be reckoned with as well.
A very quick lap time from Dane, especially this early. Not bad at all.
Take a good look at it, over. You'll need it. So why do you
put this in half a second slower? So he has a bit of time to make up. Good lap for Bettino on his debut, considering he was held up. This is actually his debut and his home race, so
home race.
Fire is belly for this one.
Invalidation here can be tricky. It's the turn 1 really, the only place you got a chance of invalidating other than going wide at turn 5, or is it turn 6, the double right-hander?
I think that's turn 5, yeah.
So those are 2. Jonas, the only driver. Jonas, the only driver out on track. Stevie's actually just done a lap on softs. Hursto's in the pits.
And Gaz is also on a lap. He's coming towards the finish line. It's going to be the 8th, 5th place. 1:8.233. And Jonas is.
Stevie's 2 tenths up on his current lap on those soft tyres. In the Renault, missed last week.
I don't know why he's actually on softs. You can easily do the 1 stop with supers. Drag him to lap 11 or 12. Then easy doable.
Well, this is a track where you can actually go through all your compounds, so you might as well get the softs out of the way.
I mean, you can still go like 10 laps flat out. You can still go 10 laps flat out and still is everything.
Well, you can go through all your tires in qualifying, so you might as well just use your softs first.
And remember, we don't know when the rain's
sense,
going to come in the race, so
That's true.
you know, it could come if it was coming in the middle. You might risk starting on a higher compound of tires so that you don't have to do an additional pit stop onto another dry compound. That's, you know, something to consider. On board with Jamie as he comes to start his second timed lap.
Let's see. And turn 2 is just annoying, you know. Even if you go on a curb there, you know, you can still get an invalid lap time. But it
looks pretty smooth there through turn 1 and 2.
I'm having this ERS to overtake most of it, which is surprisingly good. It's going a little bit wide there in turn 5, but still a righties, I guess. Looks decent though, by the looks of it. Still hitting the apexes. Ooh, he goes a little bit sideways.
For a track with not many corners, there's some really, you know, corners here where they can really gain you. You will lose you a lot of time if you don't get it right. That middle sector, high in downforce, the first and third, obviously you want the car as quick in a straight line as you can. So what sort of setups do you think drivers will be going for here, Odems, and you know, compromising one of the sectors to help the other two, or vice versa to get maybe the quicker lap time?
Well, the curbs aren't too big of a deal here, so possibly higher suspension might use higher anti-roll bars, higher front-rear suspension, and yeah, it all just depends on all the amount of grip you have, the front end grip you have. You need to get that front end turned in around this track and just sort of hope the rear sticks along with the plan too.
CXY on a flying lap now in the Ferrari, one of the two teams who can still win the Constructors' Championship here in Season 12. In our other two tiers, the Pinnacle and Prestige tier, both championships have been decided in both tiers, so they'll be racing later on tonight at 8 and 9 PM, and the same next week for the final time this season. News on Season 13, you'll have to wait. That will not be revealed just yet, but lots of work going in behind the scenes. And Odems, we got the Champions Charities race as CXY comes in. Presumably he's invalidated his lap. Champions Charity race on the 29th, Friday the 29th at 8 PM. You'll be in the commentary box from that. Talk to us, are you excited? And talk to us a little bit about what's happening that night.
Yeah, very excited. We're going to have 18 drivers, all champions, one way or the other in the hub, either drivers or constructors champions. And 6 of them will all be racing for 3 charities each. Groups of 6 will be all racing for a charity. There's 3 charities in total. And depending on where you finish, will be depending on where or how much money your charity that you're racing for you end up getting. Obviously, donations on the night will be accepted as well. So we're looking forward to it a lot. We're going to see a lot of drivers that we haven't seen for a while. Obviously, season 10 champion, season 10 and 11 champion B-Stas, Leo Blade. We're going to see Cliffy, Tempfear. So yeah, it's going to be fun, that's for sure, and for a good cause. Sean,
as a former Constructors champion, you'll be racing in that event. You looking forward to being back? Just seeing a car go wide there, presumably to let Coleman through, who's on a flying lap. Looking forward to being back in the race seat on a Friday evening.
Yeah, it's already more than almost like a year ago I raced here, so, and it's of course for a very good causes, you know, and I'm looking forward to drive with B-Stars again, with Cliffy. I got some good memories around here, so hopefully we can put on a banger, and hopefully we can raise as lots of money as we can. So really looking forward on that Friday evening, and it's gonna be the best night ever. I'm gonna make that the best night of all.
So I was running on board with Coleman, and I'm not too sure if he got held up by Rex. definitely behind Rex, and both of them pulled into the pits. So I don't know whether one of them helped the other or what's going on there, but it did look like both of them were actually on laps. They both ended up pulling into the pits. So that may need further investigation, I don't know. But he's already set a lap 107.
Oh, he's already retired.
Wow. Yeah, he's called that a day. I think he's happy with what he said apparently.
Which is surprising because, yeah, in this session,
there's 6 minutes left.
Yeah, there's obviously the track does get quicker, so you want to be kind of the last man out if you've got enough tires to do so. And the sun's perhaps starting to come out through the clouds a little bit in this session as well.
Yeah, very good decision for Paulo there. Not sure what's going through his head. But yeah, so 4th place is the best he'll do. You have to hope that Daza, Jamie, Stevie, etc. do not make up the 1.5 to 3:10 difference that he has on them. Well, Coutinho now, he's going to bring in another lap.
Sean, tell me this: who's got more pressure tonight, Ferrari or Red Bull?
Well, I think, knowing them, I think they're both going to be under pressure. You know, just looking at it, you know, like with Daisy, they already cracked a little bit under pressure, you know, when he got not that win streak anymore at the beginning of the season. But when Ferrari, you know, came close, you know, they also did in some races, you know, they just bottled it. So I think it will be from both drivers that the pressure will arise. So it can end well, but it can also end very bad. I'm gonna guess. Knowing those drivers.
Well, we'll have to find out whether Red Bull will be celebrating, but and just look at Benito. Had a bit of a moment on the exit of the final corner there, well, the final proper corner. He's going to come into the pits now and grab a new set of boots before he heads out and tries to move up the order. But Danestar on provisional pole at the moment. 5 minutes to go in this session with such a short track. I'm surprised how early these lap times are hotting up.
Yeah, CXY posted the pits as well, so he hasn't got a good lap in either.
He got also validated.
Seems to be really hooked up on.
Surprising for a man who, you know, when he first joined the league at France, went on a run of front row and pole positions. But as of late, he's perhaps struggled a little bit in qualifying to, you know, get a clean lap in.
I think maybe that is just that extra pressure of base, so he's definitely stepped it up a gear in the past few weeks. That sort of has CXY in a bit more in his head than previous rounds.
Just a quick note, you'll see a lot of the drivers wearing some black helmets. That is presumably to pay respects to Charlie Whiting as well.
Charlie Whiting,
yeah, obviously we did the lap of honor. We'll be doing lap of honor in our 2 tiers later on tonight. Our pinnacle, as Stevie improves his lap time. Our pinnacle and prestige at 8 and 9 p.m. But of course, we've done our lap of honor earlier tonight in our podium tier, and I think a lot of the drivers are choosing to wear black helmets.
Oof. Works Justin finally got a lap down in 1:9.1.
Why do you guys still have to set a lap on?
He did come out on track, but he went back into the pits. So Koloman and Papulu not taking any further part in this session. 3.5 minutes to go. Just running on board with Stevie. He's on a hot lap through this tight and twisty section. Not the widest track here in Brazil through this middle part. A few difficult traction zones as well, but really important to hit your apexes. Use all of these big chunky curbs that they offer. And Stevie's going to head up the hill in his Renault. He's been impressive the second half of the season. Wouldn't you say so, Sean?
Yeah, he's definitely he's going back to the pit. Wow, that is very disappointing.
There's a lot of drivers doing that. It looks
Stevie
like
G.
Going. They just end up hitting instead.
What are you doing? But yeah,
There's a lot of drivers doing
yeah. But yeah, as of Stevie G, you know, I mean, in the beginning of the season, you know, like he just had like a big downhill, you know, just very bad results, you know. But now I think he's sort of picked it up again, you know, and now I think he showed now his true potential of what he's capable of, you know, just getting podiums, maybe even fighting for a race victory, but definitely for podiums right now. And if he did that early on in the season, Nick, I think He would have been challenging the top 3 easily.
Coutinho's on a very good lap. He sort of matched Dainstar in the first sector, so I think we should watch on board with him, see if he completes this.
I'll be riding on board with him. The rear slipped a little bit coming out of that corner. This is a really tricky corner in this section of the track, but if he can hold it together without losing too much time, he's only got one really tricky corner to go.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, missed the apex and spotted that as well. But the sun's definitely come out slightly through the clouds. That should help lap times come down a little bit, but what can he do? His first race, qualifying I should say, and he's up to second.
Yeah, 7.6, still a decent amount behind Dainstar. But
can I save his tires? You know, just maybe do another quick one at the end of the session.
Yeah, he'll have to get that ERS back. But what about CXY? He's just starting his lap now. So
the first corner. Waits. Oh.
So Dainstar has a 16.5 per sector, and it's always interesting to see
16.5.
If he can match it.
16.5 also.
16.5. Yeah, he's actually quicker. Just about quicker. So looks like CXY. He does have a bit of pace in him. He has a car.
Ferrari v Red Bull.
Let's see. He takes this corner very nicely.
Yeah, he has done every lap that double right-hander that he's done. Dainstar's just coming out. He's not going to have enough time, surely.
No, he's not having enough time.
Those two slow corners, Dainstar goes into first. CXY keeps it in second. That was the thing I noticed.
This looks a good lap.
From the Renault.
Yeah, different strategies for those two, but this is a very good lap. Power towards the line.
All the apex, though.
Can he beat the champion to pole position? He keeps it really close, comes across the line, touches the wall, and it's not enough.
Nope, not enough.
Oh, Dane's gonna get blocked by Jonas, I think. Oh, I don't know if Jonas is on the lap or not. I think not.
Dainstar is not on the lap. Not his lap.
Yeah, but Jonas, I think
he's not gonna have enough. Not gonna have enough time. Dainstar. He's done this again.
Wait, Liam just crashed in front of me when I just saw him. Man, that was a hard hit. Danes is not gonna make it, no.
No, he's timed it wrong for the second week in a row.
Jonas again. Not improving, staying in 10th.
D-Boy Dan's a 10th and a half up in Sector 1.
Should be promising. Oh, he goes very right there in that double left-hander.
Gaza pumps it into 4th, by the way, so that the top 4 separated by less than half a second. You've got 2 Red Bulls in there, though. Only 1 Ferrari. Jonas down in 10th position, and it looks like he'll have to start on those tires as well.
I mean, very disappointing. I mean, he should have just gone blaze at 4 tenths down. Yeah, I think he would then not gonna improve. I think.
I feel like I never see Jonas have a good quality ever. He always makes up for it in the race, to be fair, but I don't think I've ever seen him have a good quality. To go down is maybe a rest
Just have a look in a second, guys, because we're just hearing that Gazer and Bettino have done the exact same qualifying time.
Wait, where? Gazer and Goloman?
No, Bettino.
Oh, Bettino. Now I see it. Oh.
606.
Oh dear. 2 things can happen.
So Jonas actually didn't improve on a set of Supra, so he'll actually be starting on soft tires. If it isn't, of course, a wet start.
I hope it is a wet start for him, otherwise he's just done.
Actually, would it not be better if it wasn't a wet start so he's on soft?
Yeah, for him, he'll probably prefer a not wet start. But Sean, I will give you the honours. I know you like running us through the order.
I always love that. So Dainstar getting pole with a brilliant lap time with 1:7.1. CXY in second. Vidino on his debut in third. Well done to him. Gazaman 4th. Coleman 5th. Liam in 6th place. We have Jamie in 7th. Stevie G in 8th. Deepo then in 9th. And Primeville has all of a sudden improved, which I didn't saw that. So Jonas in 11th. Hurster in 12th. And Pipelu, A13 and White Eagle were not the ones who were setting a lap time.
Alrighty, we're just hearing there might have been an incident between Jamie and Liam. I know you mentioned he retired, Sean, and we're just hearing that perhaps he blocked Jamie in qualifying after running out of fuel. So we'll keep an eye. But we've got
let's
some
start.
rain here in Brazil, and it doesn't surprise me. Does it surprise you, Sean? It often throws some variable weather here in Sao Paulo.
I mean, we even saw it in real life, you know, like the 2008 scenario, the 2016 scenario. You know, rain just always provides such, you know, amazing and excitement races in Brazil, and even on the game, you know, it provides such good action. You know, I always love red weather in Brazil. You know, just give me that every day, I would be very, very happy. So we're gonna have an excitement race. That's gonna tell you. And I just hope for Gazzaman, that because he has set the same lap time as Vittino, they don't start on top of each other. I hope they fix that in that new patch. I swear to God.
Well, the drivers are just selecting their fuel, selecting their strategy, which will be interesting to see whether it stays wet the entire race, won't it, Sean? Because when it's light rain like this, it's not always set to be for the entirety of the race. So, we'd love a pit stop on to dry, a bit of changeover, but these drivers are going to have to get used to these conditions. Coleman, that's not going to help his tyres warming up on the grid, currently in 5th position. So formation lap underway. Just to remind you that the Constructors' Championship is still up for grabs. That Ferrari can still win it, as can Red Bull. But Ferrari need to outscore Red Bull by 11 points or more in order for them to keep the championship alive. So there we have it. Those are the mathematics for this one. And the Drivers' Championship, you are looking at him right now. He is the Season 12 Podium Tier Drivers' Champion. He's on pole position, but as we saw last week, CXY might have something to say about it.
I hope you do, and just to keep the championship, the Constructors' Championship alive. And I hope for God that Jonas can actually have a very decent result tonight, because even though I'm not really that biased, but I always love to get, even though it's Constructors or a Drivers' Championship, just to go into the final round, it makes it that more exciting, so I hope they have something in store for us, so we can all enjoy it for this 36 rounds here in Brazil.
Yes, 36 laps.
It's been a while. I feel like it's been a while since the World Cup Championship, Drivers' Championship has gone to the last day. I think the last time was, I want to say season
7, I believe.
Yeah, quite a while. Wonder who won that finale.
It was not me, because I was not even there and I was only drinking beer. So here we go.
It was me, Sean.
Alrighty, so Podium Tier, Season 12, Round 20, just this one in Abu Dhabi to go next week before we wrap up what has been a mammoth season. Danestar's the champion. Who is going to become the Constructors' Champion? Here we go, 5 red lights as we head down, a wet start in Brazil, Sao Paulo. And we are away. It looks like a fairly slow start. Haas pulls out there. D-Boydan's already retired from the race. CXY's already got the jump on Danestar into turn 1. Benito is in 3rd, stays in his position. Gazza's in 4th, so they haven't moved. Your biggest loser is Cola, man. We said those cold tires.
Jonas has front wing damage. I think because of the crash with D-Boydan, he has front wing damage. Severely front wing damage.
Be interesting to know what happened there, but that's one of the quickest retirements.
Coleman is parked in just before turn 1. Is he same for you?
Yes,
yeah,
he's parked there as me. And you've also got
Toro Rosso's had an absolute disaster. He's just been disqualified now. I don't know what's going on for Toro Rosso, but it's been an absolute nightmare.
Wow. Coleman,
Jamie jumped Gazza as well. He's into 4th.
Yeah, it looked like the Haas of Jamie had a good start when I saw it from. It looked like he went in between the cars like instantly, so he must have nailed that getaway.
And also with CXY, I already saw from the start, he instantly went to 2nd gear, and the start was already much better than Danestar, but
Liam's got a run on Gazza here as well now. Oh, and there's a Ferrari going off. That's Jonas.
Yeah, he has front wing damage severely. This is not looking good for him.
Oh no!
No, Stevie G!
What on earth has happened? Jonas is going to tap the wall almost. Wow, you can see Stevie G's car there.
Wow.
3 cars into the
I
pits.
just caught that on the last second. I think Stevie was going side by side with, I want to say Hersto, and they had a bit of a touch. Stevie went wide onto the outside barrier, came back across, hit someone. I think he hit, I don't know, I want to say Papulu is who he hit. And yeah, he just blew up completely. He's just stranded there. Reminds me of Alonso or Webber, like back in 2003, the way his car is just missing its wheel, stranded in the middle of the track. Yeah, crazy how that's not a safety car. He's right in the middle of the road, but
I mean, not even ghosting, so everyone could question there.
Oh, Liam touches Gaza. Gaza spun into the wall.
Yeah, he did.
And then Liam almost collects a Force India whilst trying to wait for him. But Gaza's going to have wing damage, you would say, from that. And Liam, you know, just being perhaps a bit impatient there.
That looks not like front wing damage to me.
No, Gaza has front wing damage.
Yeah, he definitely has front wing damage.
But not as big as I thought I would.
Virtual safety car out.
We have a safety car in this game for once.
Yeah, Liam does let Gaza through.
Oh, why is he gonna spun around?
I think he has to let back pass, does he? No.
No, I think because Liam went off track, so a bit clever thinking there. It meant that Gaza didn't have to, you know, let him back. Oh no, he does have to let him.
Anyway.
Gaza's coming into the pits. So perhaps that won't lose Gaza too much time, but I wonder where that'll bring him relative to Jonas. Because obviously, you know, we've got both Red Bulls and both Ferraris to keep an eye on, and this virtual safety car is already ending. Look at the top two. So close.
Oh, CX-5's like a bad one. Out of this virtual safety car.
Dangstar down the inside. Jinx.
No. Jinx.
What a crazy start this was.
Yeah, Brazil always does. Down the inside again. But he just won't get the traction in these conditions from doing that, I don't think.
Looks like traction is very hard to come by for both of these cars. Cars just sliding everywhere, just not sticking. And off goes
what's happened to Rex?
Oh, he's spun round.
Turn 3. 4, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, no, it is turn 5, yeah. So
this race has always provided more action, like what I imagined, and there's only lap 4.
Only 10 drivers left now, so if you finish the race, you're going to score points. Let's talk about the two guys on their debut. One sitting in 3rd, and the other one sitting in 7th position. So they won't be sad to see these retirements at the moment. Rex, Stevie G, and the two Toro Rossos, the drivers who will not be scoring any points today. Just 10 left, and key important that there's both Red Bulls and both Ferraris, because we don't want to see this decided by a retirement.
Yeah, I mean it can still happen.
So Dangstar is shadowing CXY, and Jonas is just about shadowing Gazaman. So interesting. Speaking of shadowing, if Dangstar keeps going down the inside of CXY like that, then who knows? Vitinho might find himself in this battle sooner rather than later.
Yes.
2.5 seconds off the pace.
Ooh. Going to lap 5.
Yeah, was unable to go flat out. I was watching, he's just unable to go flat out.
Yeah, flag.
Just have to lift off.
Yeah, quickly play.
Can't see what that yellow flag's for, but it's gone in already. A few gaps starting to form between these guys, and no sign of the rain stopping just yet. As things stand, Red Bull would be crowned the Constructors' Championship here tonight. But as you mentioned, Sean, there's a whopping amount of laps to go here in Brazil. 36 laps we have in total, only 5 of them completed.
Yeah, and we only have now, we have to go 31 laps, you know, and if it is still going to be this treacherous conditions, you know, 31 laps, it's a lot. Then, so I think the drivers need to focus there, you know, not be distracted, and just keep doing their business. And for right now, I think those two drivers, you know, just now in a league on his own, and I think they can provide some good action around here.
These top two, they've been battling ever since CXY's joined, and I'm looking forward to seeing what tier they end up in next season. And, you know, because they're going to be fighting pretty close on track. Look at them trading fastest lap times. Yellow flags again. Oh, Liam's retired!
Liam. That's in that long left-hander, I think. Is it? No, that was that.
I think it's just coming up the hill.
Yeah, how did he crash there? And it's already almost at the beginning of the corner.
Perhaps he got on the grass, went wide, and we know how lethal that corner can be if you get on that curb and on the grass. And yeah, he's in the wall and out of this one. So both Renaults, both Toro Rossos calling it an early night.
Wow, I think possibly it was that long left-hander, and you just maybe had a really long crash. You know what I mean? Just tried so hard to save it, and just ended up that far off. But I think that whole idea of Vitinho catching up to the front two is going to end up. It's going to have to be put to bed because it's 5 seconds back now. With more endangered by Jamie behind. Nice bleeding one after Liam. Gazman had a little moment.
And look at these top two. You know, in these conditions, it must be so difficult for Dane to see as he goes slightly wide there. That's going to lose in time all the way up here. White Eagle 15 seconds off the pack. You've also got that gap. Let's have a look just to confirm who has stopped. So 7th, 8th and 9th have stopped. We've lost 5 cars already. We're only on lap 7, and these conditions proving tricky for our podium tier drivers here tonight, Odems.
Yeah, looks like it. Just everyone falling down like flies. D-Boy down and Coloman. I don't know what happened to Coloman. I feel maybe it was like a controller issue. He was just stopped on track. D-Boy down retired within seconds of the start. So a lot of scrutiny for the need to go down in Toro Rosso, that's for sure.
Yeah, Renault team is all scoring no points here today, so could be a good day for Salva. 6th and 9th at the moment. One of their drivers already completing their pit stop. Look at Hursto as well, up into 5th position. Jamie in 4th. Let's hope he can. And Jamie closing in on Vitinho. Vitinho, I should say. So could this be Jamie? Let's not talk about it for the rest of the stream. But could this be Jamie's night?
No, not even that. Let's just say he's closing in. We don't want to jinx it.
For those of you who are wondering what we're talking about, Jamie has never scored a podium. He's completed quite a few races with us at One Hub, and he's in search of that podium after coming 4th position numerous times, but he can see that podium in his visor.
Don't. We can't jinx him, Nick. Don't do that.
Okay, no more.
I mean, we don't even know who Jamie Met 92 is. Probably just a stranger that joined just now this race. And he's now coming closer to one guy called Vitinho1108. I'm gonna keep it that way.
Yeah, there's this hashtag with no gamer tag doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Quite interesting to see.
It's not even that. He's just wrestling the car, you know, that new guy.
They start very close to the back of CXY.
Yellow flags.
Oh, that's what Pepelo.
It's a Salva.
Pepelo, sorry, Jesus, sorry.
He's got. Has he survived without getting wing damage there? He moves out the way of Gaza. Doesn't want to interfere.
I don't see any.
Yeah,
he's going pretty slowly, but no, he's okay. He's managed to keep his wing intact. That's pretty skillful, but it just shows you the lapping concentration, Odems, can around a track like this in these conditions can really bite.
Yeah, good. And the thing is, even when you do concentrate, it's just still it's so possible to just drop it and lose it. Gazman got past Pepe but Jonas didn't, so it's a nice little bump for Gazman. It doesn't go slightly alive.
Yeah, Jonas looks like he might have a run before the end of this lap. Salva trying to get his car back in an operating window, but still, nevertheless, both Salvas still in the points here tonight, and they could do with a double point scoring position.
It will bring them a world of good, not gonna lie. So Gangster's now loading.
So it's very hard overtaking the lane, but Lotus has a lot more speed than his opponent Heavy, and down the inside he goes.
Yeah, definitely
You
gives
can't
him
leave
room.
each other space.
Yeah.
He's even that fair. I mean, on his debut, he just wanted to show his good side. I mean, that's what I like.
I think it's
And
always
it's
good
just
on your debut to, you know, have a clean race, because it really, you know, shows the rest of the drivers, particularly if you've joined, you know, midway through a season, that, you know, you are fair and you can race, and that makes everyone feel a little bit more comfortable, you know, going side by side with you in situations like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at
We'll see,
CXY
it's
struggling.
very out of shape there. Yeah.
Oh, yellow sector 1 and 2, that's...
White Eagle.
White Eagle, oh, he lets people go through.
Yep. So he's been lapped now. Is White Eagle.
I
So
think he is.
some gaps forming, but Dainstar's going to have a job on his hands to get past this Ferrari here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's still at the corners that matters. I think CXY has like the better exits, but like in this, like in the middle sector, Dainstar is like much better than him. It's not like in the last, in the last corner, and coming towards the start-finish straight. He's just not there.
Dainstar's car looks a lot more stable.
It looks a lot stable.
Yeah, it looks very stable, but as you mentioned, he doesn't appear to get that traction that CXY can. He can brake later.
Just look at this.
Yeah.
He's going on a grass again, like he's already losing now, already 210. So
and what is important is that as the laps go by and he sees that every single time out of that last corner CXY pulls away from him, he's going to get more and more adventurous with the throttle. And it's so important that he doesn't get too adventurous and just drops it. CXY doesn't just get so much better attack.
Yeah.
He's just through anyways. CXY is just gone. I think Days will need to go back to lap 1, lap 2 and just try it somewhere in the second sector.
As the race goes on, he will become more and more desperate to try and move here. We won't ride on board, but Jamie is closing in on
no.
third position.
We're not gonna start about this, because I swear to God, I don't want to do this.
Okay, let's talk about pit stops then. Something like lap 18, if it's going to be, you know, wet for the entire race. The rain doesn't look like it's set to stop, but do you think an undercut could work here, Odems?
Definitely, but I don't know, the way the gaps are right now in the top 2, I feel like they would probably be in behind. I don't know, maybe they be in behind Herstow, they probably have him. So yeah, I think the undercut would be good, but they have to keep in mind the end of the race. First thing, that their tires are up to scratch.
And look at that, Williams is in, Savatino coming into the pits, Jamie up into third position.
No, he's not in third. He's in fifth. Don't say the word third.
On lap 11 is when the team quit, so that's too soft, you have to say.
Unless it's going to dry up, and he doesn't think he can take those into. That's Herstow's second penalty, so though he's in fourth.
That's the first time penalty of this raid, actually.
No, that's his second one.
Was it his second one? Oh, excuse me.
So Gazza's, he's going to come out in fifth position, so just shows you how much time those guys at the back lost from that incident on that one and having to pit. But Herstow, on his return to One Hub Racing, joined for the final few rounds of this season after missing the majority of it, and in fourth position at the moment. This has definitely been his best race so far, and he could be on for a good point scoring finish in the Seoul Force India here tonight. CXY really being hounded by Dainstar. Let's talk about these two, Sean and Odems. I want to know your opinion on both of them. Obviously CXY joined in France. Dainstar being here from the beginning. He's got a good run. Is he going to try something? Round the outside.
Deep. Oh, they touch each other. Oh dear.
CXY keeps the lead.
Oh, CXY, oh dear, no, they're not.
Dainstar goes through.
Is that front wing damage actually on both of their cars?
I don't think so. Oh no, CXY goes back through. Who got a time penalty there? 5 seconds, stop go. Someone came into the pits and got a time penalty. So why is he in again? Oh, he's got wing damage. So he's made a mistake on his outlap.
Wow.
And would you look at that? Jamie is net 3rd position.
I think CXY is going to pit this lap. I wouldn't be shocked. It looks like they're struggling out there.
Yellow flags, Hurst retired! No!
In the pit? Is it in the pits?
It's in the pit exit, isn't it?
Is that a safety car?
Safety car's out! Safety car!
Oh wow!
Safety car's out.
Safety car! Yes! Safety car for the final time! Oh, we are
Poor
blessed.
Jamie, just pitting just before, but he'll still, you would think, be in 3rd position. But this is going to bring everyone back into play. CXY is...
Wait,
who's going to...
Oh.
Yeah, he keeps the lead. Well, the net lead. Where's Jamie? He's on the last corner, so... Gaza's in 4th. We'll have to wait until the pit stops. You would say Gaza, Jonas, all these guys are going to come into the pits. And everyone will be on fresh tyres for the start of this safety car.
Stays out.
Jamie stays out.
Yeah, he pitted last lap, didn't he? So
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
he would have lost position.
Yeah, he did. Never mind.
Oh no, to be fair, he could have had a free pit stop because Gaza and Jonas are going to pit anyway.
Yeah, it's wow. Since when was the last time we had a safety car? That must be a very long time ago. Not gonna lie.
Well,
Out of all the incidents we had, it's gonna be a pit lane incident.
Honestly, I'm really happy because the field was getting a bit thin, and now with this safety car, everyone's gonna be bunched up once again. Probably have like 5 more crashers, but it's good to see have a nice some more battles rather than just the front 2.
Yeah, we love safety cars for this exact reason, and everyone will be on fresh tyres. But you know, can they take them to the end of the race? They're not anywhere near halfway. There's still another 4 laps, but they will have the advantage of, you know, not getting any wear or very less wear behind the safety car.
Wear, yeah.
But yeah, you're going to see these gaps disappear. And I was actually I did a race where it was light rain, and I was behind the safety car leading, and it's a really difficult one here because the way the track is, where the safety car can come in, it's just a straight, so you don't have any corners to try and bolt it, and obviously if the guy behind is getting slipstream, I was overtaken into turn 1.
Yeah.
So that'll be really interesting how CXY manages that gap for when the safety car comes in.
I think this first safety car he has now in this league, so I'm very eager, very excited to see what he can do. But also now, like the rest of the guys, and we all like bunched up, except maybe for White Eagle because he's almost a minute away from the pecking order. But you know, the field's gonna get closer and closer together, and yeah, I'm really looking forward how it will play out. I'm very eager to see.
So as things stand, Red Bull are still the champions. They would still be crowned champions if things finished as they are, but I have a feeling that isn't going to happen. Things are not going to finish how they are.
And even, I think, if CXY is going to finish first, and Danes finish second, that's 7 points difference, but Jonas needs to be in front of Gazzaman, and I think Gazzaman needs to be in 8th place.
Jonas needs to outscore Gaza by 4 points.
Yeah, so he needs to be in like 7th or 8th place to keep the constructors alive.
Intense stuff. Odems, what do you think could be going through some of these drivers' mind at this safety car restart? You can see the sun maybe starting to come through the clouds, but these conditions, it's going to be a tricky safety car restart heading down into turn 1 particularly.
Yeah, just make sure to keep the front wing intact. Also make sure to calm down because, you know, some of these drivers, they've got a nice little route back into the race, so they have to just keep their head calm. Make sure you don't squander this opportunity. Well, yeah, just keep your wing intact, keep your tires up, and when that safety car comes in and those green flags drop, make sure your exit is as tidy as possible.
Now, I know you don't want to talk about Jamie, but one thing I just want to mention is, you know, this safety car perhaps isn't ideal for him because he's now got everyone closed up, where he did have a gap where Vitinho had to pit for a second time. So, not ideal for him, but we'll see where he can go. He was quicker in the opening stint, so perhaps in these conditions he is able to, you know, extract more from that car. Sean, I also want to ask you, as a Constructors' Championship winner here at One Hub Racing, what do you think will be going through the Red Bull drivers and the Ferrari drivers' mind?
Well, especially now in the safety car, you know, just, you know, they probably just gonna think about, you know, like, you know, just how do I get a good start, or, you know, so it's really, I think it's really creeping in their minds. Just to, you know, just knowing those both drivers, I think it's in their minds.
Just to point out,
it's gonna play effective.
Safety car is in this lap. Also, White Eagle is a lap down, so he's going to have to let his teammate through pretty early on this safety car restart. But CXY, last chance for these drivers to warm these tyres up, and we're about to get underway. Only 8 drivers remaining. Hursto, Liam, Rex, Stevie G, D-Boy Dan, Coloman, all not finishing, not scoring points here. 8 drivers will score points if they can cross the line. Has CXY vaulted? He's done it.
I believe just made it back in time for the little train.
This car is going side by side. That's Jamie, and look at that, down the inside goes Jonas. Jamie has to go wide.
Where did Jonas came from, actually?
Yeah, where did he come from? He was behind
Jonas
Gaza.
Jonas up to 4th position from 7th. No, from 6th, sorry. Gaza now trying to go back down the inside. Yeah. Goes deep. Jonas just going to come back down the inside. This is, of course, championship points, valuable championship points for these two.
Jamie licking his lips watching these two battle.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Where on earth did Jonas come from? He must have timed his restart to absolute perfection. He's gone past Coutinho and Gazaman. He almost took 3rd off Jamie. So I don't know what happened. Speaking of what happened, Jamie on the back of K-Star.
Coming up the hill, Odems, if you've got a bigger gap to the car in front, you can actually get on the power and carry more momentum than the guys at the front who are just waiting to, you know, hit the acceleration. So perhaps, you know, we said how will CXY play this, but his teammate has absolutely stunned everyone and go from 6th to 4th, which is not enough to keep the championship alive, but you just don't know how this one's going to play out. Everyone pretty much within DRS.
I mean, like, I think he didn't have like a bad one, I think, after stage where we start. I think.
So Vitinho looking...
Red Bull, the Ferrari need to outscore Red Bull by 11 points, is it?
Yes. It's now currently 9 points.
I think if Jonas gets 3rd off Jamie, that's a stage where he is. And I think that would be it. It's still be in the Abu Dhabi. Not bothered you now, I just got outscored.
Yeah, Jones now
that's
good.
Like 6-5. Looks like they're gonna pick up where they left off, nose to tail with each other. Now with fresher tires. I'm interested to know whether these tires can actually make it to the end this time. Because they pit... When did they pit?
13, 14.
14. Yeah, 13, 14.
Yeah.
That's
they can make it.
They have to pit again, don't they?
No, they don't. They can easily get
20, that's 20 laps. Are you sure they don't have to pit again?
No, I mean, you can always take twice to like over 20 laps. I mean, why not win this?
Only drives you can take over 20 laps are the medium. You can do the softs or the supers over 20 laps.
I think it'll just depend on how comfortable these guys feel, you know. If they feel they're sliding all over the road, they'll come in.
Also, keep in mind, Dane, okay, so Jamie, Coutinho, Pepino, I believe. So a lot of these drivers actually pit before the safety car, and there's a chance the CXY and Dane are actually going to pit before that safety car as well. So I don't know if these will make it to the end. Maybe some of them, maybe Jonas could make it to the end. But I know he's not tires. But,
Yeah, Jonas is always good on his tyres, isn't he?
He's very good on the side.
Close.
Yeah. Jonas not really gaming on the new guy. So if he can pass Jamie, and Jamie can defend all of a sudden, you know, many laps on Gazaman, then the championship will be going to the final round. Because they have 12 points difference, and they need to be 11 to stay in the championship. So
I would hate to be Jamie right now. This is probably under a lot of nerves. He knows he's in the podium position. I'm just hoping that he didn't mess it up.
Victino is actually not that far away from Gaza.
I think the rain's actually getting worse.
I think not. I think it was already around the second or so.
Yeah, I feel like it's getting worse.
I think it was already, around the second-ish?
No, the rain. The rain getting
Oh, the
worse.
rain. Oh, excuse me. It looks a little bit worse, but I think it's not like that bad enough for wets. Just looking at the track.
Not enough for full wets, but I think it's definitely worse than it was in the second time. We don't see it. Thanks for restriction with CXY. Within 3/10 to the start of the lap. That's back to 3/10 again, so these two will get a cat and mouse here. That's on the back of Jonas, so Red Bull on Ferrari, two different sectors at the moment. Martino's actually caught quite up to Gazman as well.
Yeah, so, I told you
Nice little two-way battle.
He's gonna get even that tasty. He's gonna even, you know, and maybe he's gonna affect the championship. If he's gonna overtake him.
Do you think that Dane starts thinking about the championship, or do you think before the end of this race he'll go for a lunge?
Lunch is now already over, Nick, so that's gonna be probably bad. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's on. Oh, Gazman made a mistake. He made a mistake.
Yeah, Martino goes right through. Wow.
And if Jonas is gonna get past Khamin at 92,
that's enough points at the moment. That's enough points. That's 11 points, isn't it?
Wait, that's 7.
Jonas does get Jamie.
It's plus 4.
I think that's exactly 11 points.
Yeah.
That's exactly 11 points. Wow. 14 rounds remaining, and this is gonna get very interesting. I can already see Dane just looking very desperate, you know, even when on some corners, you know, he's just sliding all over the back. So I think he really wants that win, I think. Or he goes right there. I think he's really looked desperately.
Don't blame him for wanting to get this constructive dropped up here now.
Our pinnacle tier, by the way, is about to start shortly with Kieran and Jono. That's our 8 PM tier at One Hub Racing. Odems, you'll be featured in our prestige tier later on tonight at 9 PM. So best of luck to all those drivers who are racing later on. But we are on lap 22 out of 36. It feels like a long race, but of course the lap times are slower in these conditions. Just riding on board with Gaza, how frustrated will he be with himself after that? You know, the mistake, it wasn't a big one, but it's at the moment, it's costing him and his team big.
And it was fairly unforced as well. I mean, Tina was behind it, but not really in the massive the CXY response to the Star. Fair play to him. He's laid that marker down. Yeah, that was very curious with himself. But he's just got to keep his head down and know that he has a decent pace, which he knows not going to just run away from him. Although Jonas has put himself in the gap as well, so I'll have to get the pit down sooner rather than later.
And even after that mistake, I mean, Gasman can't even pass again, Titino, so I think my team is having this now having this in a consistent pace right now, and Gasman goes, oh, right,
Jonas is catching Jamie pretty quickly at this point.
Just about to come under a second, is it? Jamie falling off from the top two, but depends how hard they start battling as to whether, you know, he's able to close that gap again, but Jonas wants that podium position.
He really wants that. I think purely for like that the team is going to be to the final round. Now closer than ever before though.
Yeah. Well, these two are still trading lap times. Trading gap.
Guys, it's just fallen out of not that there is DRS in these conditions, but
Titino in the pits. What did he do? It was 10 laps.
I think he's being smart here. I think
he's going for the undercut.
Yeah, I think he thinks it's the same as
me.
Oh,
5 seconds, stop go. Yeah, stop go penalty.
Yeah, he got that. Yeah, he got that penalty. I think he's thinking like he's not going to make it to the end, so he might as well just pit early and get the most out of his intermediate tires.
So Papulu up to 6th position now on his debut. Not a bad result if he was able to stay there, but that Williams is going to be quick now. You have to say on fresh tyres. I think you're right on it. I don't think these drivers can take these tyres another 12 laps. That's a big ask, considering they weren't able to, you know, get to halfway. Yeah, they can, but I don't think they will.
They will do it, don't worry.
I'm very confident about that, Sean.
I'm very confident, you know. Like, you can easily drag those tires. I don't even saw the point why Vitin is pitting on new. I mean, sure, he's gonna get faster, but
for yourself, Sean, you know, you might be able to, but you know, some of these guys, they're perhaps not as, you know, comfortable on worn tires in these conditions, and you know, I don't think they would have pitted lap 13, 14 if they were just gonna one-shot it. So Jamie into the pit. So Jamie's doing it.
Wow.
Told you. Jamie's still on his tires easily.
You guys are actually just cursing this whole race. Just go away. Cursing this race.
That's a big penalty. I was on board with that. He's turned in too early for turn 2. That's a 3-second penalty for Gaz, a 3-second penalty for Jonas. Jamie has nothing, so looking good for Jamie at the moment. As Pepu also pits, so Sean's little theory just falling by the wayside.
Eat your beer bottle because you've been.
Beer bottle is already empty. Where is my others? You're gonna pay me one.
The alcohol is reducing your intelligence.
Intellectual racing strategy ability is the technical term for that.
Yeah.
Jesus, go away. Not even insulting me on the stream. Jesus Christ. It's not
while Sean continues to be wrong about things, we'll see if CXY and Dane get into the pits. Nope. Stay out. Dane actually has a very decent one on CXY. This will fall on the 210s across the line. So, yeah, this has been for a while now.
Yeah, the sun looks like it is coming out slightly, so I don't think the conditions will change before the end of the race, but Jamie, a 13-second gap now to Gazer in 4th position. Will those guys, those top 4, be able to go? Interesting that, you know, the 4 behind have pitted for a second time, the 4 in front haven't. It's a case of whether they will or not.
I think they won't do it. They won't do it. It's 10 laps, they have to stay out. I mean,
I don't know, I think you could get really dicey with CXY when they start. I mean, I would not be surprised if they do try and stay out and they end up in puncture territory. They start, lose the car, over the grass he goes, so I think that's a bit of an indication that these tires are well past their sell-by date. This track is pretty bad for tire wear. I mean,
I think for wet it's bad. I mean, Dane's always like, you know, he's always pushing the tires to the limits, like a lot of times. Ooh. I thought they would say they're going both into the pit, but
there's a nature of that. straight. It looks like you're going to be pits and you stay out.
Yeah. Oh, Danes is going wide there, compromising his exit. He's struggling.
I think that's about to fall out of a second now. Almost.
Yeah. I mean, he's always very good in the second set, so he can like gain that time back.
Yeah, but 2 little mistakes could be into Dainstar, so
oh,
it's so out of shape there. I do think it's time to pit C.
I think for him, yeah. I think CXY looks, you know, he's not really like sliding that much. If you look on the onboard, you know, his car's pretty stable, but I think Dainstar's tires are now pretty much in front.
I would love to see everyone pit and Jonas try and stay out. I would love to see that. I think he can manage it.
Dainstar upshifting early, maybe to minimize distraction, but yellow to sector 3, that's White Eagle. Let it go through then, okay. Never mind. So here we go. And see, oh! This again,
it's time. He's definitely lost time to him.
Jamie's lost him though. Jamie's now closing a little bit on...
yeah, Jamie's catching Gaza in front.
Not by much, but... Ooh, James already having a moment again. These tires looks done. Not gonna lie, it's almost... I think it's around the medium rare stage, or maybe the rare stadium.
Look at their lap times and see if they've fallen off any.
I mean, you can do it if you want.
Yeah, Dainstar set a high 18 when he was doing low 18s before.
I think that's already a sign, I think. Yellow to sector 2 against it. White Eagle again? Yeah, White Eagle has spun around. And he's standing still for Jonas there. Gonna go through.
Oh, struggling to get the car. He's got to let Gaza. Is that Gaza through now? Yep. So, White Eagle back on his way. He knows if he just finishes his race, this is a good point scoring position for him.
It is.
So, Odens, what do you reckon? Are these top boys going to push it all the way? You would have to say they're looking that way.
I think they are. I think they're going to stay out.
Dainstar's just the fastest lap, so he's got his pace back.
But what about his tires? That's the thing.
I think it's going to cut very close towards the end. I think Dainstar has a knack of pushing away from like a ridiculous amount of wear on his tires and not getting a puncture. So I would not be too surprised if he managed to pull it off again.
Yeah, but you know Codemasters' inconsistent tire puncture system. You know, I got a puncture at 75%, even though I drove races with tire wear that was like above 90%. So you never know if those Codemasters' inconsistent puncture thing, as I kind of call them. So you never know how it's gonna work out.
So, well, 8 laps left. This will be tight in terms of on track and the tyre wear. Jamie now 12 seconds behind.
And Jamie's not really closing in, even though he has like much fresher into tire. He's not really closing in.
Ooh.
Yeah, the gap is still.
Oh,
Dainstar, wow.
He got so
That's
deep.
a big one.
You have to sort of turn out of the corner to avoid CXY. And you end up losing the back.
Yellow flags. Sector 3.
That's for White Eagle. You let him go, Jamie go through.
So let's have a quick look, because I think as things stand,
they're not gonna win it. They miss out by 1 point.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking, because that'll be 40 points for Ferrari, and only no, they'll get it by 1 point, and 30 points for Red Bull, won't it? So as things stand,
like 11 points. Like CXY and Dave first and second. That difference is 7 points. Third is 15, and 12 is 12 points. You get fourth, so the difference is 3. So they're gonna miss out by 1 point.
No, that's what I'm saying. Ferrari, Red Bull will win the constructors.
Yeah, I mean, he said the other way. He said the other way. Yeah. I got one beer and already moving. Oh. Anyway, lap 31, they guys are gonna stay out. Not gonna lie.
That's a penalty. It looks like.
Top 4 staying out. They're just gonna go all or nothing.
Looks like Jamie may have made the wrong call here.
I told you, not the good position.
Race isn't over, Sean. Who knows? We might see a few punctures here.
It's a long way to push these inters.
Gonna find out.
I still feel 20 laps is on. It's like 18 laps, which is half the distance, is what I imagine these cars can get to. But 20 is just, especially, and there's still.
Oh, Dangster, Jesus.
20 is just when the safety car in it, so there's still maybe 2 laps of safety car wear, which is percent. So I don't know. I feel like they just get a puncture at this rate.
Ooh, Jamie gets a time
penalty.
So, yeah, that won't help his cause. But nevertheless, it's been an encouraging race from Jamie. You know, he's really had the pace and the consistency in these conditions. He can definitely take that away.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, yes. Yeah. Oh, Dave's a fit, wow. They're both fitting. Wow, that's what I
What's
never
it like
thought
being extremely wrong, Sean? Does it feel nice?
I mean, it's 4 laps till the end. I mean, why would you pit right now? That makes no sense to me. If they want to pit, they have to pit at the same time when Jamie pitted. You know,
I agree. They both should have pit a lot earlier, but I still think they're gonna win the race because they're not too far behind.
Yeah.
Jonas.
Even though like you're right, they're pitting, but like it's more of sense that like I thought they maybe gonna pit.
This is close.
Around the same time.
Gaza jump CXY. This is getting interesting.
And White Eagle has spun around again.
So
let's go CXY.
You mentioned that how good Jonas is on these tires. Could Ferrari Gaza is going to hold that Ferrari up like there's no tomorrow. This is the championship here. 4 laps to go. We've got a Brazil decider.
Gaza absolutely must not let that Ferrari through.
If it is, I think that's over.
He's gonna have to pull up
down the inside.
He's gonna have to pull up Francis here and make sure he keeps that Ferrari behind on every means necessary.
Oh my God, he is just hunting that gearbox like a
tires.
boy.
Look
at that!
Right at the back. Oh, look
much
at
better exit. There it goes. Well, that lasted long.
Yeah.
So Ferrari won too.
Yeah, it is a Ferrari one too.
Wait, he's slowing down. Wait, Gasman's slowing down.
Yeah, he's letting his teammate through.
I was already gonna say like, is that a puncture or not? But
I was on the penalty.
Oh, Danger has nothing.
Yeah, Danger doesn't have one.
Oh, that's gonna play a factor.
Danger has 1 warning. That's terrible for CXY.
Jonas has no penalties, I think.
No, he has 1. Jonas has 1.
Yeah, Jonas has
one. Have 1.
So does Jamie.
It looks like Daystar. Is in the driving seat for this race.
This is gonna get very interesting.
If I were CXY and I knew I had a penalty, Jonas had no penalties, I would just, I'm going to use this term again, take one for the team, do a Francis, make sure Daystar does not get through. Make sure Daystar does not get and let Jonas win this one. That's what CXY should do. Just let Jonas win this one and hold up Daystar, but I'm not sure if he's on that level of 3D thinking that I'm on. Which, you know, not everyone can be.
No, because you are like untouchable.
Of course, now they're already under 3 seconds, so that's fun. I just might have actually got held up there. No,
so trading the fastest laps, CXY, and that gap's coming down, isn't it? So yeah, I think you're right. If they wanted to, you know, win this not win this championship, keep this championship alive, then you're right. They should have. CXY should have backed up into Danestar and let Jonas take the win.
Oh, those back markers. Oh, good.
So where does this leave Jamie? It hasn't helped him at all, has it? Gazza's continuing on, so Jamie could get 4th.
No! No, the cursed 4th place. Oh man, I would love for Jamie to get 4th.
If Jonas and Gaza just stay out and keep their tires back, I'm gonna feel so bad for Jamie. It's just not, it's just not to be.
Do you think CXY doesn't realise that Jonas has a penalty because they don't speak in party?
No, they're not in the party. Only Daystar, CXY, Deboden, and
Daystar picked up another warning though, so this could get. If he gets one more, it goes back into CXY's hands.
And it all depends on Gazza as well, you know? If you can make those tyres last to the end.
He's losing more and more time though. He's already lost more than a second. I think he's now saving his tyres and try to get to the end. We'll see if he's looking close to his teammates.
Jonas doesn't seem to really want to let him go.
CXY wants to win this race, doesn't he? I don't think he's thinking too much about the Constructors' Championship by the looks of things.
Yeah. Jonas isn't thinking too much about that. For real.
Oh, Daystar looks down the inside. So as things stand, if I'm correct...
Oh, CXY?
Down the inside. As things stand, Red Bull are champions.
Yeah.
Oh!
Pushes in wide.
Oh, yes!
That was a...
very wide.
This is for the championship push.
Yeah.
Penultimate lap, we're on 1 lap to go. Oh, this is tense.
Are one of the... Is Jonas or Gasly gonna get a puncture? Oh, that's a portrait. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh no, oh no. Oh, he's gonna do... Oh! No!
Blocked down the inside!
Oh my god, no.
Holy, my heart popped out my chest then.
Oh my god, that was close.
The difference in tires, Jonas did not want to give that one up at all. Happily puts the penalty there.
Oh my god, that was intense.
If they started with tire then and there, that would have made things very interesting. It looks like Gaza and Jonas are going to do this.
On the final lap, CXY doesn't have too long to go.
CXY is 3 seconds ahead of Daystar. It looks like Jonas actually did a bit of a madness there. Daystar just pulled it back, just. So this is going to be very
gonna
tense.
get close. It's gonna get very close.
So if they finish as they are,
it's about exits.
Who's the champion?
Red Bull.
Oh, Daystar's 3 seconds. He's out.
CXY comes across the line to win in Brazil. What about Daystar? Can he cross the line? No! Jonas crosses the line in 3rd. Gaz is going to cross the line in 4th position.
Red Bull are champion. Red Bull are champion. By 1 point.
God.
So Red Bull take the Season 12 Podium Tier Championship by 1 point, I believe. We'll bring you official confirmation in a second, but Ferrari scored 40 and Red Bull scored 30. So that means it's 11. It's not 11 points. It's only 10, which makes Red Bull the champions.
They are champion.
Congratulations to Gaza and Daystar. You are Constructors Champions for Season 12 of the Podium Tier. Ferrari, though, you have to say they gave that everything.
They did.
Yeah.
I unfortunately have to go.
Okay, sure.
Unfortunately.
So, what a race. What Eagle, still waiting for him to come across the line. Looks like both Salvas are going to score points here today. In 7th and 8th position. Vitinho could have had a better result, perhaps to match his pace, but he finishes in 6th position, I believe. Jamie finishes in 5th. Oh, what could have been. But the story is, Red Bull just take the championship.
Yeah, geez, that was tense. Jonas ended up pulling a bit of a masterstroke for his teammate there. He held Daystar up so much. And then CX did the rest, and that was so close. Daystar's weaving at the end didn't help. But it was going to be about like half a tenth if it wasn't for the weaving, because it was 2.9 up until the final quarter. CXY had to do the final quarter of his life to take that win, but it wasn't enough. And Dainstar and Gazaman are the Constructors champions.
Champions. A big congratulations to them. It's been a long old season, and we thought they'd get it done earlier, but they weren't able to. So many congratulations to Gaza. I know he'll be absolutely thrilled with that result to get his first championship. And would you look at that? CXY takes the win. Dainstar in second, Jonas in third, Gaza in fourth, Jamie in fifth, Vitinho in sixth, Pepaloo in seventh, White Eagle in eighth, and then all of our non-finishers from ninth down, Hersto, Liam, Rex, Stevie G, D-Boy Dan and Colourman crashed on the start together. So there you have it. It was longer than expected with the rain all the way through. We saw a safety car, a lot of retirements, and some last action in the final closing laps to decide the Constructors' Championship. Odens, both championships decided. Every championship at One Hub Racing decided now for Season 12. Just your quick thoughts before we end the stream on Dainstar and Gaza.
Yeah, fair play to them. They were dominant at the start of the season, taking 7 wins out of 7. They had a bit of a blip, but they fought back stronger. Gazban even racing under very sick conditions just to make sure that they got over the line. So well-deserved champions in the end.
Well, there you have it. That is both championships decided, and all 6 decided at One Hub Racing for Season 12. We have our Pinnacle tier live in qualifying at the moment. Head over and you can check Kieran and Jono commentating. It's another intermediate qualifying session, so Light Rain appears to like the Sao Paulo circuit here tonight. You have a Prestige race which will be live at 9 p.m. tonight, so best of luck to all the drivers taking part in currently and later on. Odems, thank you for joining me in the commentary box. Sean has already left, but we'll give him a thanks as well. 1 round to go for these boys in Abu Dhabi next week, and we're looking forward to no holds barred in the desert. Odems, best of luck in your Prestige race tonight, and thank you everyone for joining us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and you can of course follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook at One Hub Racing. Peace out.